Happy 8 p.m. everyone. How are you doing? So today we have I would like to think a pretty awesome live stream topic, which is let's dream big together. So I had something happen to me, but I will wait for people to hop on in just a second. But for those of you who are watching the stream later after, I will just start off by prefacing that this is one of those random epiphany moments that I just had today, and I want to share it with you. And hopefully, it'll be very, very supportive. What's up, Sophia Peters? Good to see you on. And whoever else is on, feel free to say hi. Pika Charge, good to see you on. And I hope that today's conversation will help you, in a way, see a bigger picture with your life and make life more exciting. Like, I am excited. I'm excited to share. I'm going to wait for a few minutes for people to get on. So my guess is I'll start talking about the actual topic itself. Probably, I would say in about 4 minutes from now. I'll wait for about 4 minutes for people to hop on because I know people kind of slowly trickle in. In the meantime, I will give some shout outs, but for people who are watching this a little bit later, I want to just offer some thoughts around dreaming big. So what I will start off by doing while we wait for people is I will share my experience today, not the one that I'm going to share, but like another experience. So I spoke at Marquez High School today, and this was actually the topic of today. It was this idea of dreaming big, and there was, in a way, I think in many ways we get very limited in what we believe. And so here, this is so hard to wait for people to hop on because I just want to talk about it. Like, I'll just twiddle my thumbs for a few minutes. All right. As people slowly trickle in. Yeah. So here's what I'm going to say. All right. If you're on live right now at 8:02 p.m. on the 13th, Wednesday of February, then hold tight. If you're watching this later, you can fast forward to, let's say, I'm going to say 5 minutes into the video. So 2 more minutes, and then we're going to start talking about it. All right. So just fast forward to 5 minutes, because once it hits 5 minutes, I'll talk about the topic. That's what's going to happen. All right. So let's do this. People, I'm going to give quick shout outs as we wait for the next 2 minutes. Eric, what's up? What's my Epic username? It's Richard KUO. It's just my name, no spaces. Anthony Martinez. Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you on. Yeah, now I recognize it, Anthony Martinez, because Anthony Martinez messaged me on Instagram. Let's see. Scott Marshall says, "Hey, it's Scott from Crescent Milk. What's up, Scott? Hey, yo, Scott. Like Scott, like." Just double checking, Scott, that was in the workshop on one of the 4 people in the workshop on Thinking Out Loud, right? Just double checking. Jonathan says, "Hey, it's John from Moval, the one with the Rubik's Cube." Yeah, what's up, Jonathan? Remember you? Let's see here. Alexander says, "Love your vids." And yes, okay. We are going to start in 1 minute. 1 minute from now, I will start sharing. All right. So for now, I'm, again, just waiting for a few people to hop on. Interestingly enough, I don't know. I feel like today's live stream is a little bit mellow. I don't know if these numbers are correct, but it does not matter. Yeah. So I will honor my time, and we will start in 45 seconds. All right. Yeah. So I guess I'll share a little bit in the next 40 seconds of what happened today. Today, I woke up early. I had a good day today. All right. So I woke up early. I went to the gym. A nice healthy breakfast. I went to my speaking presentation. Afterwards, I visited my brother, had lunch with him. Then I went to a coffee shop, did a bunch of work, and I drove home. And on my drive home, is where I had a little bit of a mini epiphany, which I will share pretty soon. So in the meantime, are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, it's 5 minutes in. Let's do this. So today we're talking about dreaming big. And ooh, I'm just going to dive straight into my thought today. And here's the thing. One thing I like about these videos, these live streams, is like I know not everyone watches them. So I'm willing to kind of give you some insides of my mind and my brain that are a little bit more personal, things that I wouldn't share in front of a whole 1,000 school assembly type of thing. So today I was driving home in my car, and just to keep in mind, just so you have perspective of, where my life is at right now. I'm a normal dude, right? I go out to schools, I speak, once in a while I speak in front of thousands of people, sometimes hundreds, sometimes a few dozen. So it's cool. It's cool. I'm not famous. I don't claim to be famous. If you ever heard someone say that about me, that's their opinion, not me. So I'm just a regular guy, right? Anyway, I'm driving home, and the song High Hopes starts playing by Panic at the Disco. And I had this thought in my mind. And this thought was, how cool would it be if I interviewed Brandon Urie, aka lead singer of Panic at the Disco? And then that song ended. And as that song was ending, I'm like, you know what? One of my favorite musicians right now is Imagine Dragons. And one of my, someone that I look up to is Dan Reynolds, who's the lead singer from Imagine Dragons. And I was thinking about, would it be cool if I interviewed him, Dan Reynolds from Imagine Dragons, because that's one of my favorite bands. And next thing you know, the song right after High Hopes was an Imagine Dragons song. And I was just reflecting. I'm like, why not just make it happen? Why just think about it? Why not just dream big and just go for it? How can I make this happen? So I started reflecting, and I'm like, Dan Reynolds has no idea who I am, but if you have a will, there is always a way. So for me, I started just reflecting on different things, and I will dive a little bit deep into my thoughts just because you all are awesome enough to be on this live stream. So I just started thinking. I started thinking things like, okay, how do I approach him? Do I just email him? He's obviously really busy. So that I'm thinking, okay, how do I connect with him? Because he's busy. He has things to do, And I started thinking, well, there's causes that he cares about, whether it's I know some of the charities he's involved with. And I'm like, okay, in order for me to connect with him, I would probably need to kind of stand out in some way. So I started thinking about strategy. I started thinking, okay, I might need to start some fundraiser where I raise money for the nonprofit that he supported or started. And that will, in a way, make it worthwhile for him to spend time, less than an hour to just interview with me. And I started thinking about other things. I started thinking about, look, in this moment, I'm not rich, I don't take random flights. If I take flights, it's very intentional. And I'm like, I'm willing to fly out to go hang out with Dan Reynolds from Imagine Dragons. I will pay for my flight, and I will figure out a way to donate money. The point is, why I share this story with you is to dream big. Okay. Now, in our life, sometimes people bring us down. Sometimes people will say things like, you're crazy, or be realistic, whatever it is. And I just want to invite you to consider dreaming big. I think for me, I've always grown up as a dreamer. And I think that in a way, the environment I grew up in did not support big dreams. And I get it. I will call people that I love out, like my mom. I love my mom. She's amazing. But I think she was always the type that was very realistic. She was always the type that said, be realistic. What's going to help make you money? And looking back, this is all unfiltered, actual thoughts of my own. I realized that my dreams were suppressed because my mom kept telling me that I need to be realistic. So, look, you can listen to me or you cannot listen to me. Because the thing is, how big of a success am I in this current moment? I'm on track, if that makes sense. I'm still building on that success. I think one of the coolest things that I've been successful at is quitting my job and starting my own dream job of becoming an inspirational speaker. And I think that's really cool. And how did that happen? When I started to dream bigger, at that time, I remember when I started speaking, I had this crazy dream to speak in front of 500 people. And I thought it was ridiculous. I'm like, how am I supposed to speak in front of 500 people? I've never spoken in front of I've only spoken in front of like a classroom, So when I started my speaking career, speaking in front of 500 people was crazy to me. Guess what? 6 months later or less, not only did I speak to 500 people, I spoke to 1,000 people. And I had no idea, it just happened. My point is, don't let your dreams be memes. Dream big, go for it. And you could look at me as a role model, and I would almost this is one of those tricky things, So regardless of whether I succeed or not, I still want you to go for your dreams. I still want you to dream big. Okay. I am working on being that role model, and I am working towards fulfilling those big dreams of my own, aka interviewing Dan Reynolds from Imagine Dragons. But regardless, I just want this to be a conversation for you to pursue your dreams. Okay. So I'm going to work on mine and you get to work on yours. That's what I got to say. I hope that this was supportive to all 7 of you who are on right now and whoever's watching this later. Again, of course, I want, bigger numbers hearing this message, but we get what we get. And maybe honestly, I'm in this mindset. And by the way, my motivation kind of fluctuates. Sometimes I get discouraged. Sometimes I'm like, I doubt myself. Can I do this? Can I not? And what I will say is, in this moment, I'm not saying every single moment of my life, but in this moment, I have a strong desire and strong belief in myself that I will succeed. I will accomplish these big, crazy dreams of mine, and go for it. Random thought that I have in my mind right now, which is for the past 6 months of my life, honestly, life was a little bit, I almost want to say boring. I didn't know. I was starting to get a little bit unmotivated because I didn't know what excited me. I thought life was just kind of boring because I've already accomplished what I wanted to accomplish in a way in this moment, the basic stuff, speaking, traveling. And I was like, I don't know what else is meaningful for me to accomplish. Not saying that I've accomplished everything. I definitely have not accomplished everything. I still don't own a house, still working on that. I'm still not taking exotic vacations around the world yet, still working on that. But in this moment, I'm really happy that I had this crazy idea to interview Dan Reynolds. Will I actually do it? My intention is that I will. Will it happen? Who knows? All right. You can check in with me maybe a year from now or so, and we'll see if it happens. But that is my intention. And sometimes another piece is, sometimes it's easy to dream big and have these lofty goals, these big goals that we want to do, and then get discouraged or that's too hard, or our plan maybe is not perfect, and then we kind of give up on it. And I think the only way we fail at achieving our goals is by giving up. Really, if you want to do something, just keep pushing forward until you get it, if that's what you really want to do. And then sometimes we doubt ourselves, right? We doubt ourselves when we say, maybe I didn't really want it. That's why I'm not motivated to do it anymore. Maybe I don't want to. I don't really want to interview Dan Reynolds from Imagine Dragons bad enough, and that's why I'm quitting. We make excuses for ourselves. So Anyway, part of the reason why I'm making this live stream, part of the reason why this is the topic for today is I'm calling myself out in a way. Like, I was a little nervous. I was like, do I really want to share this? Because I don't know if this is actually going to happen yet. Because it's a big goal. Very possible. Very, very possible. But will I actually execute on it? Because, there are some things that I've executed on and succeeded. And there are many things that I thought about, oh, I should do this. I really like this idea. And then I tried and then I failed and then I gave up. Okay. So it doesn't matter. I'm calling myself out in this moment, sharing with you kind of my vision and my goal of interviewing Dan Reynolds from Imagine Dragons. All right. So, and again, if you don't know Dan Reynolds or Imagine Dragons or the song Radioactive or Believer or whatever, know that Imagine Dragons is a really big band. And, yeah. Anyway, so that's my little rant. Hopefully that was somewhat inspirational and maybe inspired you possibly to dream big. All I want you to do is just know that if you have a dream of something you want to do, like just go for it and keep dreaming big. If you don't have a big dream yet, it's okay. Keep allowing your mind to wander. And I would encourage you to, in a way, quote unquote, ignore the haters or ignore the, you can't do that, or be realistic. Like, if you got a dream, go for it. And next thing is surround yourself with other crazies. When I say other crazies, I mean surround yourself with people who also are crazy enough to dream big and not limit you. Okay. Because I think when we are surrounded with friends who are like, no, you can't do that, or that's unrealistic, or meh, I don't really care. Like, I think that brings us down. Okay. So, number one, you can be crazy enough to have a dream that's so big and powerful and you're going to do it, where it doesn't matter if you have some people who support you or not, you're going to do it anyway. That's option A. Option B, which I like better, and this is just more me, but surround yourself with other crazy people who dream big and are willing to go there with you. Okay. That's just my opinion. If you wanted to live that crazy life, why not? I don't know. Life's too short, right? Like, might as well. All right. So that's what I got. Any questions? Any questions? Raise your hand. Yeah. All right. I'm going to dive into these comments now. Y'all ready? Let's do this. All righty. What's up, honey? Good to see you on. I'm on. Too bad I don't have practice this week because I'm really missing it. Honey says I'm a loner and I don't got a Valentine. Honey, will you be my Valentine? I mean, if you're okay with having more than one, and if my girl is okay with that too. Anyway, you could be my Valentine if you wish. All right. I believe in it's okay to share the love. That's what I gotta say. All right. I see you says, oh yes. Yeah. What's up? Alrighty. I'm gonna whatchamacallit? I'm gonna try to just breeze through these random comments. All right. Oh, Toucan, what's up? Happy birthday to you. Welcome to whoever has hopped on the stream recently. Wait, are we already caught up with comments? I think we are. Okay. I kind of skimmed through them. If I miss a comment, feel free to comment below. I'm here. I'm confused. Wait, what? What's up with these comments? Okay, yeah, we're good. All right, Neko Nurse says, but Richard, even if I do have a big dream, saying it will raise others' expectations of me, would it be okay to keep it in? Neko Nerdo. So, that's a good question or thought. So I'm going to repeat that one more time. Neko Nerdo says, but Richard, even if I do have a big dream, saying it will raise others' expectations of me, would it be okay to keep it in? So I'm hearing fear. I'm hearing a fear of failure, which is okay. I think that's very human. So I will just go ahead and just straight up answer your question, and then let's get into like the science and thought behind it, or the opinion behind it, really. because it's just my opinion. So, would it be okay to keep your goal or your big dream in? In my opinion, yes. If that's going to serve you, if you have a big dream but you don't want to share it and like you want to keep it in, yes, keep it in. Make it your thing, because internally our minds process in different ways. Some people, depending on how you were raised and depending on your family and do they support you or not, are they supportive to you or not very supportive to you, you might have different motivations of why you want to achieve this big dream. Sometimes you might be thinking like kind of what you're saying, which is I have this big dream. I don't want to share it with people because people will expect more of me. And for me, guess what? I don't think I'm going to share my dream with my mom. Why? Because I don't think she values my big dreams as much as I do. And it's not very supportive to me. Like anytime I tell her, "Hey, I remember I told her like, "Hey, I'm going to speak in front of 3,000 students." Like to me it was a big deal and she's like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like it's nothing personal to me. It's just that's just my mom. Like she doesn't really, I don't know if care is the right word, but it feels like my mom doesn't really care about my dreams. So like in a way, I don't want to share with my mom yet because I don't think she appreciates my dreams as much as I do. And I would rather share with people who will appreciate my dreams as much as I do. So does that make sense? And then if I tell my mom and then I fail at it, she'd be like, "Oh, I knew it." Like I think my mom has always kind of doubted me and doubted my abilities. So yeah, I don't know. It's just, these are conversations I'm working through too, but like, yeah, like I am right now in my life right now, I am surrounding myself with people who believe in me. And I don't want to surround myself with, or share these thoughts, these visions, these big things with people who don't really care about my vision. I think people are probably more supportive of my vision or at least willing to listen. And I don't know, hopefully my goal is that it kind of inspires you to think big and, talk about this. And by the way, as I'm talking about this, I would love to hear what is your big vision? What's your crazy vision that you want to accomplish, but I don't know, you feel like people, whatever, you're scared. I don't care. I just want to hear your thoughts. I want to create conversations. This is what these live streams are about. All right. I just want to hear your thoughts. I want to let's do something big today. All right. I want to invite you to step up your game, to throw your big idea out there. And I'm just going to set the stage right now that for anyone who shares their thoughts, please be respectful of them, support them, and say whatever, good job. Or if you don't got positive comments, don't say anything. All right. But I like to think that most of you here are very supportive. Otherwise, you wouldn't even be on here. Anyway, love you all, and please do share your big dreams. And I don't think any dream is too big or too small, as long as it's actually your dream. I think sometimes when I go to classrooms, people just mess around and they'll say like, "I want to be a plumber" or something. Like if that's your actual dream, awesome. But if you're just messing around just for the sake of attention, that's a different story. All right. Sweet. Keanu, I'm going to save your question towards the end of the stream. I will make a list. And Keanu asks, do you have any tips about Valentine's? I will answer that kind of towards the end, so we stay on topic, because I want to make sure that we do that. All right. I will come back to it. Otukin, I see your question about League. I will get back to any side conversations and questions at the end of this. All right. Otukin says, by the way, I'm Nelly Carlson. I just changed my name. Awesome. Gotcha. Please forgive me if I forget that, Nelly Carlson, Otukin. And I know Nelly's not your real name. You mentioned your name before. I can't remember what it is, though. I think I wrote it down somewhere. Alrighty. Nekonero says, so it depends more on who I share my big dreams to. honestly, like the purpose. Okay, my purpose of sharing a big dream. Look, you need to understand. Really, this is like if you want to know who do you share your big dream with, it's more about being present and in a way like trusting your gut, like trusting your gut to help you decide. Like, do I feel like sharing my dream with this person is going to be helpful or hurtful, or is it going to help me or is it going to hurt me? So that's pretty much it. Like I shared my dream with my brother earlier today. You know, with interviewing Dan Reynolds from Imagine Dragons. Both of us are fans of Imagine Dragons, and I had fear. Why? Because my brother is also a very realistic person as well. So I know that he will criticize or like question, oh, how are you going to do that? And but I decided that where I'm at right now, I am strong enough to share my dream with someone I care about, my brother, and get that kind of like constructive criticism or concern. My brother wants me to succeed, but he's also more realistic, and he needs to know what is the plan, how you're going to do it, what's strategy. And for me, step one is like to just dream big and just go for it. Like I'm not as strategic as my brother is. I just do it. If I want to do something, I just do it. That's it. Yeah. And I will figure it out along the way. I will let my passion guide me towards whatever I want to do. Whether I actually succeed or fail. Yeah. Matthew Carlos says, thanks for presenting at Valencia. You're welcome. Alrighty. Edgar Velasquez says, I want to work from home. Yeah. Edgar, how old are you? How, if I may ask? Yeah, like you are more than capable to work from home. People, what is your dream? Go after it. Like, don't. Can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor? You like, can you just hold on? I gotta adjust my mic real quick. All right, can you please do me a favor? If you're watching, look at me in the eyes real quick. All right, if you're watching this right now, there's not many of you right now. All right, do me a favor and just realize that you can achieve your dreams. That's it. It's that simple. Like, just you see it, Shia LaBeouf, like, just do it. Just do it. Like, just do it. Go for it. Like, sure, you might have to develop some confidence and skills along the way, but you will figure that stuff out once you just start working towards your goal and your vision. And dream big. Don't dream small. Like, if you want to be a billionaire, you can be a billionaire. Don't think it's impossible. Like, it really is possible. If I want to be a billionaire, I could be a billionaire. Me, Richard Kuo. Will it take work? Yes. Will it take a lot of discipline? Yes. Is it worth all the sacrifices and time and energy and blood, sweat, and tears? That's up to you to decide if it's worth it for you. For me right now, I don't want to be a billionaire because I'm not willing to be a slave for money, if that makes sense. Is there a way to be a billionaire without being a slave to money? Yeah, probably. But that's just not where I'm at right now. But I still have other dreams and goals that I will be a slave to in a very positive way because they matter to me, because I love it. I'm passionate about it. So there you go. So Edgar, going back to you, Edgar Velasquez, if you want to work from home, you can work from home. Look what I'm doing right now. I'm working from home. Like, I sit at home and I do my work. Like, this is my life. I don't work for anyone else. I don't have an office job, which I used to do, and I hated it, which is why I quit my job, and I'm doing exactly what I'm doing right now, so I can sit at home, sit in this nice hanging chair that rocks back and forth, or sit at my desk right here and chill. Yeah, that's all. All right. Alberto Ramirez says, hey, bro, I saw you back in 2016. Just want to say a quote for motivation. If you try landing on the moon and you miss, you'll still land amongst the stars. Even if we fall. Wait, what? Even if we fail, we still see the bigger picture. Exactly. Like, yo, Alberto Ramirez, preach it. Like, seriously, if your goals are so big and you aim for, if you shoot for the moon, if you aim for that really, really, really big goal and you fail, guess what? You're still going to land exactly among the stars. You're going to still reach a certain point larger than you originally thought you would actually do. So let's say your goal is here. Let's just put it into money perspective. Okay. Let's say your goal is to become a billionaire. Okay. And originally you feel like you can only make $50,000 a year, but you want to be a billionaire. If you have that vision of becoming a billionaire, hold on. Let's pause a second. Let's pause. All right. Let's say you're making $50,000. Okay. Or yeah, you're making $50,000 and your goal is, some people, they just want to, like, if they increase their pay by 10,000, so from 50,000 to 60,000, they'll be happy. Or let's say 100,000, 50,000 to 100,000. Some people would just be like, oh man, I'm happy. I doubled my income, or I'm earning what's called six figures, 100,000. So 100,000 is six figures. I'm happy. Like, I'm making a lot of money. I could, buy a lot of things with it. But if you had a vision to become a billionaire, right? You're shooting for the moon, and what if your vision is there, but you don't hit it? You end up only making $1 million instead. You just increase your income from 50,000 to 1 million. Like, that's what Alberto's saying, and I just want to beat a dead horse so it makes sense. What happens when you dream big and you still fall short? It's okay. Like, you still went for it and you got somewhere, and you still see a big picture. And what do people say? I feel like people say, so this is here. I'll do this in terms of YouTube subscribers. Okay. People say, it's the hardest to get the first, well, this is actually a speaking gig thing, whatever, business thing. It's the hardest to get the first, 100 subscribers or 1,000 subscribers. Once you get a certain amount of subscribers, you start to understand, how do you get more subscribers? Okay. Once you start earning money, like, let's say you make your first, I'm just going to go throw out a number. Once you learn how to make $100,000, you can start to figure out, how do I make 200,000, 300,000, 500,000, 1 million. So it's just like, you got to get started. It's a mindset. Once you learn how to do something, it's just leveling up. How do you make more of it? That's all it is. All right. All right. Let's dive back into this. Where we at? Alberto Ramirez says, hold on. Wait. I want to make sure I don't skip comments. I might still. If I skip comments, you could just, reply back to me. Alberto Ramirez says, I want to travel around the world and create a business. Do it. A lot of my friends are doing that. A lot of my friends live remotely from around the world. I got people living in Thailand, in the Philippines, in where else are people? In Abu Dhabi, Middle East, UAE. Where else? They're everywhere. And these are people who were born and raised in California, and they decide to just move out. Possibly because it's cheaper elsewhere, or they just want to travel. So it's very much possible to do so. Yeah. What is a dream mostly about? I think a dream is mostly about what you want. What do you want in your life? It could be anything, and don't limit yourself. I would almost say, like, don't feel guilty for having a dream. So I'll give you a personal example. I used to have, for a very long time, I used to feel very guilty about having a dream of owning a beachfront house. Like I used to call it a $3 million beachfront house. Okay. Now I'm actually dreaming bigger, but will that actually happen? I don't know yet. I don't know if that's actually going to happen. It's still on my mind that I do still want a beachfront house, multi-million-dollar beachfront house. I used to feel really guilty about it because I'm like, why would I waste so much money in buying a $3 million house when I can just buy a very cheap house and donate all the money towards a good cause? And what I realized is, the point of life is, like, it's not to, be stingy and save all your money so you can do good with it. In a way, it's like, for me right now, this is me being very honest and vulnerable. For me, it's like, you earn money. Okay, so the goal for me is my goal is not to just earn $3 million so I could buy a beachfront house and then just retire. That's not the point of it. Okay. It's like I have a vision, a goal. Let's say it's the $3 million beachfront house. If that's a goal, in order for me to get that, I need to think even bigger. I need to be making even more money, not just 3 million, but it could be like 15 million or whatever it is, because I want to be able to sustain a certain lifestyle. And then, if I'm making more and if I change my mindset around money, then I could take, because I'm making much more, I could donate much more money towards charity. So that's where my mindset is right now. And I will tell you right now, my mindset around money has changed a lot in the past year. Even in the past month, it's changed a lot. But I used to feel very poor. And that was a huge mindset that I had for a very, very long time. And yeah, things have changed a lot. And I'm very grateful for my girl, the girl that I'm dating. And she's helped me a lot in shifting my mindset around money, around, shifting my mindset around happiness and success and everything. Like, yeah. So that's what I got. Alrighty. Let's continue on. Otukan says, I don't really know what my dream would be. Probably join the military, but my family isn't supportive of that. So Otukan, my question is, all right, here's my look. I'm gonna just be honest. All right. My question is, and no disrespect, but like, why, like, where does that come from? A dream to be part of the military. Like, I wish we were live. I wish we could have a very open conversation live where I could see, we could talk face to face, because I'm curious. I'm curious to hear from whatever veterans and things like that too. I have a lot of respect for people in the armed forces. I'm just curious. Like, I know a lot of things get passed down by family history, like tradition and, influence from that. And I'm just curious. Like, I'm curious about that dream. And yeah. Anyway, I don't know if you could tell, I'm processing through my thoughts. But I do respect that. I do. And I want to, yeah, I just want to have a conversation about that, like, live, because I think that's a really cool thought to talk about. All right. Sophia Peter says, my dream is to take care of my parents and get 2 jobs. Is that really your dream? I can't tell. I'll leave it at that. Alberto Ramirez says, I also want to start a YouTube channel. Yo, Alberto, the good news? You could literally start a YouTube channel tonight by clicking create channel. And then you have a YouTube channel. And then the next thing you do is you just start creating videos. Do your first live stream. Even if no one watches it, it's okay. At least you got started. That's where you get started. You just do it. And then once you start doing it, you're like, oh man, how do I get more subscribers? Maybe I should post this on Instagram or whatever and tell people about it. But that's embarrassing. But do it anyway. Like, it needs to start somewhere. And you just keep building content, and eventually your channel will grow. All right. I mean, yeah, I'm not speaking as an expert. I only have 9,000 subscribers. By the way, I'm not bragging about that. Like, 9,000 subscribers is 9,000 subscribers. It's not 50,000. It's not 1 million. It's 9,000. So, I have worked. I could be more strategic with the way I make videos, but I do what I do. This is what I like to do. Live streams, and not add any hashtags so people could actually find my channel. That's probably why I'm not getting more views. Yeah, it's all good though. Alrighty. Neko Nerdo says, understandable, just small steps, right? My dream's simple. Learn French and have it as my 4th language. Yeah, do it. Yeah, and dream big, small steps, right? Okay, so your dream, learn French. Neko Nerdo, I almost want to challenge you. Like, I don't know, I forgot how old you are, but I want to challenge you to consider going to France for a year, and just immersing yourself with the French language and culture. Like, don't think these things are impossible. Like, things are very much possible. I think I think we limit ourselves a lot. Like, I remember growing up, I used to feel very poor. And I get it. We do need to survive. We do need to, make money to eat and stuff like that. But like once we start dreaming bigger, life changes. It's crazy. Wow. Can I share something? I'm going to share something real quick. Maybe I hope this is supportive. All right. Um, Growing up, I used to spend a lot of my energy. It was all Asian culture. Like my mom is all about saving money, save money, clip coupons. It's all about whatever a penny saved is a money earned. Like it's this whole idea of you need to save money so you can survive. And more recently, my mindset has changed around money. Like instead of focusing all your energy on saving money, take that energy, put it on, instead of how can I save money, change it to how can I make money. Okay. Because I think there is a lot of value in learning to save money, but I think there is massively more value in learning how to make more money. There's a phrase, a quote out there, which is no one ever became rich by saving money. Okay. You become rich by making more money. So, and by the way, I just want to clarify, making money is not being greedy. Okay. Like, oh my God, this is a whole nother conversation, And sometimes I just say things unfiltered, and then I think it's very easy to judge what I'm saying because of, oh, Rich is talking about money. Therefore he might be like very greedy. He's talking about money. No, like if you know me, if you actually know who I am, you know that that's not who I am. Like I'm not someone who's greedy. I'm talking about money because like I'm starting to understand the value of money. But if you've been following my channel for 5 years, I've been making free YouTube videos for 5 years, not giving, much concern if I'm making money or if I get sponsorships. I just do this because I'm passionate about it. All right. So, yeah, we could have a whole nother conversation about money, and I'm starting to understand it. I remember I had a privilege of speaking to like a mentor of mine. His name is Cole Hatter. This guy is amazing. He's a multimillionaire. And I remember I felt so nervous talking to him, and I had no idea, like he knows me, and we were on the phone, and he talked to me for 1 hour about money. And when he was talking to me, I'm just like, yeah, there's no way I'm going to make money because I'm poor and I don't have that mindset. And I never knew. I'm like, how do you change your money mindset? Like I felt like it's all about saving. I'm poor. I can't invest money. Like, and then I think very recently in the past, I want to say a month or two, my mindset shifted from, this kind of poor mindset to now I get it. But it takes practice. It takes just conversations. And if you're curious about that, like, by the way, I don't want to teach people how to quote unquote be rich to make more money and, be flashy. I don't think the point of money is to show off and to boost your self-esteem because you're making money. That's not the point of money, in my opinion. Money for me it is about creating options. It is about being happy, and it's a means so you could, in a way, help other people. That's kind of how I see it, and be happy, take care of yourself, take care of other people. Yeah. Anyway, that's enough about that for now. I think it's a great conversation. That's just my opinion, but it doesn't matter what I think. What do you think? All right, people, I gotta work on, I gotta work on keeping up with the comments while talking, because this is why I'm always 10 minutes behind. I wonder, is it possible for me to keep up with comments while doing this? Because I'm obviously very, very far behind. Okay. Atukan says, if I were a billion, I just feel the need to catch up with comments. All right. So I'm going to do that. You ready for this? I'm going to try to do both. I don't think it's going to work out, but I'm going to read past comments while trying to read current comments. It's not going to work, but we're going to try it anyway. Atukan says, if I were a billionaire, I would not be able to handle that lifestyle, I would go insane. I also wouldn't be able to manage that money. So, yeah, it's not going to happen to keep up with comments live and from back then. So I will just go back to original. If anyone has any ideas, by the way, look, give me feedback. How should I run these live streams? Because this is for you, and I want to make this make sense for you. You know, so do you like when I go back and I read those old comments and make sure I read everyone's comments? Or do you like, yo, Richard, can you just skip all the past comments and get present to whatever is coming up right now in this moment? You let me know what's gonna be good. Write in the comment section right now, because I'm actually looking at the live comments, not the old comments, because I'm looking for an answer to that question. Live comments, should I just stay with the live comments and ignore all the past comments, or should I read all the past comments like I normally do on every single live stream? Otukan says, I love when you read every comment. I like hearing everything. Awesome. So I hear live, past, live. Okay, live. Okay. All right. So past, live. All right. If you already put down, please don't. People, comment once. Just because you comment multiple times doesn't mean that that's helpful. I want to know different people's opinions, not just your own multiplied by 3 or 4 times. Okay, live. I believe reading all comments would be good. Okay, so I got a mix of both. I see there's more people prefer being live and present. So, okay, Atukan says pass because everyone gets a turn to say something. Live pass. I believe reading all comments would be good. Necronor says I already know how you work, so I wait for my wait for my turn when you catch up with comments. Live meaning read the comments that are newer. Yes. So, thank you for your feedback. That helps me a lot. So, I still see people, preferring live. Look, everything's all experimental, right? Like, you never know how to do the best thing until you just practice and you try new things. So I'm willing to try focusing on the current live comments. All right. But while I have the luxury of the fact that no one has sent a new question right now, I'm going to take this moment to go back and read old comments, if that makes sense. All right. So let's do this. Sophia Peters says, I wish I can be as successful like you, Richard. Sophia Peters, thank you very much. That means a lot to me. Know that, Sophia, I hope you realize that I am literally just a normal human being. And it is cool for me to say this because I'm starting to build up my confidence in my life. And I'll be honest, like, I never ever felt like I would get to this point right now. I never ever felt like I would be able to build up these positive habits because it seemed unlike me. It seemed so out of reach. I felt like that's impossible. I can't do it. Like, that's just not who I am. I'm lazy. I'm unmotivated. I can't keep up my habits. I'm not disciplined enough. And what I realized is, like, success is this compounding, this slow buildup of all these things. Like, that's what success is. It's success doesn't happen overnight. If you want to be successful, that's all it is. It's you slowly build up these skills. And then eventually, Sophia Peters, you can be quote unquote as successful as me, but don't aim to be as successful than me. Be like, I want to encourage you to be more successful than me, because I'm not at quote unquote, complete success. I'm not making billions of dollars yet. Right. So I want you to dream big. Know that you can do it. All of you on this live stream right now, you can do it. You can be more successful than I am right now. You could be more successful than I am in the future. You could be the next billionaire. You could be the next, Nobel Peace Prize winner. You could be the next person that changes an industry or the world. Like, dream big. Don't even let me hold you back. All right. I'm just doing the best that I can. And I know I'll be getting better and better. All right. So Keanu says, how would you know what's live comments and past comments? Keanu, so I have 2 comment streams going on right now. One comment stream, I pause, and I read through each one. And there's a second comment stream that is live that I see as they come. But typically, I don't read the live comments because I'm so busy reading the past comments, if that makes sense. But I'm going to try something new today, which is look at the live comments. And then when I have time, go back to the old ones. And I think this is actually going to work better because I'm live. I can see exactly what you're saying, which is thank you for the suggestion. Thank you for the feedback. All right. And then when I can, I will go back and read the old comments from literally like 10 minutes ago and go little by little. Lily Cross, good to see you on. And I'll just keep going back and forth. So this will be very interesting. I'm really looking forward to this. I think this will be much more engaging of a conversation. Yeah, I know. Mind blown. Than our previous format, which is, Richard is 10 minutes behind in conversations. Otukun says, the second you notice this comment, say hi. I want to see the delay. Boom. Mic drop. Right there. Yeah, we're live. Let's do it. All right. So this is good. Rainbow Dashi says, before I get off, I have a question. What's your opinion on the world's problems and faults or the good things about the earth? Rainbow Dashi, I will answer your question in just a second. Let me get some water. Thank you, honey, for saying looking sharp today. So, okay. Rainbow Dashi says, before I get off, what's your opinion on the world's problems and faults of good things about faults or the good things about the earth? Okay. So my opinion is there's a lot of, I'll just say the word, crap that's going on in the world. All right. There's a lot of crap. There's a lot of stuff, bad stuff, a lot of hate, a lot of just suffering that's going on in the world. And I think that a lot of the suffering has been created because of just human greed, like people not working together, not communicating, and being selfish, looking out for themselves, which is, I don't blame people. I don't say you're a bad person because you're doing bad things. No, I believe humans are inherently good. That's my belief. I thoroughly believe humans are inherently good. It's just life, circumstances, and upbringing, and whatever, kind of, I'll just call it a toxic environment has caused people to fend for themselves and not trust people and steal from each other and harm each other and create wars, or build a wall, like whatever it is. So there are a lot of problems in our world, and they're not going to go away right away. And it's the same thing as our lives, our life, where if you want to become successful, you just need to build one little piece at a time. Okay. Same thing with the world. If we want the world to be a better place, it's just one little piece at a time. It will eventually get better. Okay. We just need to be patient with it, just like our lives and building our confidence and building success. Now, there's a lot of great things going on in the world too. Our earth is a beautiful place. I love that there is nature. I love that there is the sun and the rain, and how we are able to breathe air and survive. And there's trees and plants, and there's a whole ecosystem. And I love that there's good in the world too. I love that people are supporting each other. I love that people are willing to try to, support causes and to make the world a better place too. So there's both sides. And I would like to think that our world is becoming a better place. All right. Mr. Marquez says, thanks again. So Raymond Dashi, I hope that's helpful. Mr. Marquez says, thanks again for having such awesome videos. You are so inspirational. Mr. Marquez, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Nekonoro says, looking forward to this new style then, Richard. Oh, yes. Let's see. Waiting till the world gets better. Lily, I got a challenge for you. Instead of waiting for the world to get better, why don't you make the world a better place? Mic drop version 2. All right. That's what it's about. Like, we need to stop waiting. If we're all just waiting for the world to be a better place, we're just waiting. This is just like the Dr. Seuss book, Oh, the Places You'll Go. It talks about people are just waiting. They're waiting. Like, if you want the world to be a better place, you got to make that change, Lily Cross. All of you. All right? Like, this is why I do what I do. Look, I'm just this tiny little human being. There's 7.5 billion people in this world. I'm just one little human being with 11 people on this live stream, and I'm just doing whatever I can in a small but big way to make the impact that I can. All right. So Lily, my encouragement, my hope for you is that you too see that, that you choose to make this world a better place in whatever way that is. Maybe your thing is art or music, whatever it is, inspiring people to open up or inspiring people to overcome their challenges, whatever it is. We all have our special gifts, and you get to use that. All right. There we go. In that time I was answering that question, I fell behind. Perfect. I'm gonna. Alrighty. Let's do this. Mr. Marquez says, I remember talking to you at SVSU Leadership Conference. I had such a blast that day. Mr. Marquez, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And it makes me happy to hear when students like you or, I think more of you kind of reach out and hang out on these live streams, because I love when a diverse group of students hang out. I love that we got people from Krasnelk. I love people from SVUSD. I love that we got, who else is in the house right now? Valencia. I heard Valencia's in the house. Who else is here? Sometimes I see Foothill, so it's really cool to see students from all over the place, which is awesome. All right. Keanu says, I will pick up trash for a living and make the world cleaner. Hey, you can make Keanu. I know what's cool is you could be a millionaire picking up trash for a living and making the world cleaner. It's just about being creative. You could be a billionaire doing it too. What if picking up trash for a living, it sounds simple. Like, what if you made it, how do you scale that? How do you what if it was starting your own trash pickup company that did it in a special way that no one else does, So there's different ways. There's always ways to do things. I don't know I'm guessing you're half kidding. I don't know. But if that's your thing, you could be successful at it. Rainbow Dashi says, good night, boys and girls, men and women. I'm signing off. Good night, Rainbow Dashi. Take care. Alberto says, just be positive and not judge a book by its cover. If Richard can do it, we can do it. There we go. Yeah, you get it, Alberto. That's really what it is. Seriously, I'm a very much a regular human being with his own human challenges. That's the cool thing about being human, is we're just normal people. Ariana Grande is a normal human being who also has a very nice voice and is attractive. But my point is, I was listening to Ariana Grande's a podcast that she was having with another person, and sometimes we see celebrities and we're like, oh, there's they're ditzy or they're this kind of way or whatever it is. But then once you start to understand someone for who they actually are, get to know them, you start to see how human they are. Just like Justin Bieber. I love hearing about Justin Bieber's struggle because it makes him human, right? I don't hate Justin Bieber. I love him as a human being. All right. He had a crazy kind of childhood where he got thrown into stardom. He became famous at a very young age. So he rode that wave. And then now he's kind of suffering some consequences. And, this is not that's what you get for being such a brat. No, that's not what this is. This is more Justin Bieber is very human. I heard recently in the news that he was in a depression, and he kind of just he wants paparazzi and people to, ignore him because he wants to live a normal life. And that's why he's kind of been staying away from the limelight, the spotlight. And anyway, we're all just human beings. We're all just trying to live, and celebrities in a way have it tough sometimes because they have so much attention on them. But yeah, we're all just humans. Who said good nights? Is that Honey? Wait, good nights. All right. I'm sticking with reading the live comments, so I am missing some comments. Edgar says, I really need books. Can anybody email me some books? What kind of books do you need? Inspire, Lily Cross says, inspire people to play more sports and get off video games. Nice. Lily, if that's what you want to do, go for it. There's so many different ways to do that. You could start up a, whatever, a club or a retreat for just to bring people in and see the power of sports and how sports is a good alternative to playing video games. If that is your passion, go for it. And if you're trying to figure out if that's your passion, go for it anyway, and you'll learn along the way. Okay. So again, I'm trying this thing where I'm being present. Ooh. Okay. Sweet. All right. I'm excited about this new structure of reading live comments. I think I will get a hang of it and we'll make it happen. Atukan says, "Have you ever heard of One Piece?" Yes. I'm mixing two things up. I feel like One Piece is a name of an anime, and I also hear like One Piece is also a name of a Japanese song or band. That's what I'm hearing or remembering. Um, Bert Taylor says, "You were just at our school, and when you asked if we wanted to share a story, I had one, but I was scared to share." Bert Taylor, let me know what school did you go to, if you don't mind sharing. I always like to envision and picture what moment it was so I could remember. It helps me because all my presentations are the experiences are different. The way I ask people to share their stories are a little bit different, so it's always good. Alrighty. Mr. Marquez says, "Thanks again for live streaming so often. I am so glad to always be able to listen to your inspiration. You are so appreciated by me and everyone else here too." Yo, Mr. Marquez, thank you so much. Thank you for being a positive person in this community. Like I really do appreciate it, and like it makes my time doing these live streams so enjoyable because of people like you. Like when people like you just show appreciation and just are naturally appreciative. Like I appreciate that. Makes me happy. Yeah. Bert Taylor says Crescent Elk. Got it. Now I remember. It helps me because I do things every single presentation a little bit differently. So Bert Taylor, I asked, who wants to share their story, and then we had, like 6 people get up and share their story, and that's okay, Bert. I'm glad you acknowledged that, and I hope that Bert, when you were ready to share that story, I know it can be scary sometimes, but Bert, I want to encourage you to share your story when when the opportunity comes up, or when you decide to create an opportunity. So Bert Taylor, maybe talk with Mr. O'Laughlin, because I know he wants to create this kind of thing where people just have, it's like a club in a way that people can just share their stories. So maybe that's an opportunity for you. All right. Sweet. Yeah. Don't worry about the negative comments. I just hid comments from the channel. That's all. Yeah. If anyone's going to be spammy on the channel, then I'm just going to block them. So, yeah. Mod powers. Honey says, "You watched the movie Jaws, so you can't sleep." LOL. Nice. All right. So we're caught up with comments. Love it. You got it, Bert. Lily crosses Rainbow Dashi. "Do I know you?" Nice. You guys are having conversations with yourself. Good stuff. Alrighty. People, it is 9:03. Nice. Nice. Okay. It's 9:03. And I get to message my girl because she's amazing, and she's about to fly off in literally like 7 minutes or so. So I'm going to do that. And you know what? Hold on a second. I'll hang on this live stream for a little bit, but I get to message my girl right now. So give me a sec. I'm wishing her a safe flight. I'm reading this text out loud as I type it to you in front of everyone on the live stream. Love you. Okay. Sweet. All right, I just texted my girl. Cool. Let's see. What's my morning routine? I'm gonna go with that one for now. Yeah. My morning routine, when I'm having a good morning. By the way, this is all just practice, discipline. I always try to keep this morning routine, but sometimes I feel a little bit off and it's hard to keep. But for the most part, I've been pretty good, pretty good. So my morning routine is I try to wake up before 5:30 a.m. Like 5:20. 5:20 makes me feel good. I got 10 minutes of like, just sitting in bed or doing nothing time. So I try to wake up at 5:20. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to get up. And sometimes I'm like, all right, I don't want to get up, but I'll get up. I'm working on, let's get up. Let's be excited. So I'm working towards that. So I wake up about like 5:20, 5:30. I will brush my teeth. I will meditate a little bit. When I meditate, I set my intentions for the day. I start thinking what I want to accomplish. What is my intention? So like, for example, my intention today was clarity and service. So my clarifying, how did I want to serve the students that I spoke at today's school, clarifying what do I want to accomplish when I go to I'll call it a speaker, no, activities director convention that I'm going to at the end of this month. So clarity, service, that's my mindset. So going into today, that's what I want to focus on. So I do that. I read and I meditate for approximately 30, 45 minutes. And then I go to the gym. All right. I try to drink some water. I go to the gym. I lift some weights usually. I lift weights almost every single day, except for Tuesday, Thursdays, where I go play basketball at the gym. I love playing basketball. It's fun. I love it. That's what I do in the morning. I come back. I eat a healthy breakfast. Then what do I do after that? I eat a healthy breakfast, take a shower. Today I had a presentation, so I went there. And then, so if I'm not doing a presentation, I try to get to work, like working right here, sitting here. But I realize one thing I want to mention is be careful where you do work or where you study. Because I realize for myself, me sitting here is not very productive. I get distracted very easily. So today I went to a coffee shop for one of the first times in my life, like actually trying to do work at a coffee shop. And I got more done today than I did in this whole entire week combined. So that's the power of putting yourself in a location where you don't get distracted. Go to the library, study at school, go somewhere. If you feel distracted wherever you are, try changing your environment. It might help you a lot. So that's my opinion. Alrighty. Question is, when can we meet my girl? We'll get her on. We'll get her on. Yeah. Well, I'll bring her on live stream. But hold on, let me see. I think she's taking off pretty soon. All right. Priorities. Alrighty, let's see. Again, new format. I'm trying to stay live with these. Bye, Richard. Got to go. Lily Cross, have a good night. Otukin says, what forms of entertainment do you like and what do you do for fun? All right, that's a great question. I like this. So I'm more recently, in the past month and a half, my life has been good in the way that I've been taking control of my life. Entertainment, honestly, my focus is like I'm trying to stay focused on the vision, being productive, doing things that align with my vision. And little victory for me, I want to share with you that I recently declined jobs that paid me money because I'm at a place right now where I'm focused on my vision. I'm focused on serving people the way I want to. And if it does not align with that, I don't want to take jobs that don't pay for a lot of money or don't align with my vision. So that's a little win for me, that I'm happy for myself, that I'm starting to reject jobs that don't align with me. So big win there. Anyway, forms of entertainment. Again, I try to keep my life very, very simple. Take care of self in the morning, meditate, whatever, exercise. Then I work. Then at night is just chill. So there's not too much entertainment because I try to sleep early to reset for the next day. But entertainment for me is watching YouTube videos. I love just randomly watching YouTube videos, and usually around humans, understanding human behavior. So, for example, me watching Ariana Grande's podcast interview of her being human. Like, I love watching that because I get to understand how humans are. I watched a documentary on Kigo, the EDM artist. Very random, but I want to see what his life is like. And then I got sucked into really weird stuff, like watching episodes of Survivor. Because I don't watch Survivor, but I watched like the little games that they do. And then I watched The Rock's, Dwayne Johnson's Titan Games like clips because I got distracted. So point is, usually I'm into like things that revolve around humans and how they behave and empathy and trying to understand people's mindsets, of all different perspectives. So that's how I usually spend my days. There we go. Alrighty. Let's see here. Edgar Velasquez says it's 11:09 in Texas. Rainbow Dashi says 9. I need to sleep. Good night, Rainbow Dashi. Have a good night. Hey, real quick question. Before people go, when is a good time to do live streams? So, do you think starting at the normal? So, look, I've always started these live streams at 8 p.m. California time. Is this a good time, or should we move it earlier, like 1 hour earlier? What do you think? I'm open to considering. I still do like 8 p.m. 8 p.m. fits with my schedule, but I feel like a lot of you would prefer the live stream to be earlier. Let me know. All right. Mr. Marquez says, I always watch games on Survivor 2. The rest of the drama isn't really my thing. Nice. Human to human interaction works. Yeah. Do I like anime? I don't follow a lot of anime. Yeah, never got super into it. Justin says, how much longer is the stream, or is it ending soon? I think it will end pretty soon. I would say in like within 10 minutes it'll end. Yes. Otukin says, that awesome. Some people just take a job that pays them more money, and I love that you do what you are passionate about. That's inspiring. Thank you, Otukin. By the way, the job that I declined is still something that I love doing. It still helps students. It's still like a passion related job. It's just it doesn't align with my kind of passion. Like my heart, my passion is helping people build up their self-esteem. So what else would be for? Help students, but not in the way that I wanted to. That's all. All right, Miss Marquez says anything from 7:30 to 9:30ish. I'm going to assume that is California time because you're from Mr. Marquez from SVUSD. Got it. So SoCal. All right. Honey says Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I don't normally have practice these days. And yes, at 8 p.m. Okay. How do you make money? I make money by speaking right now. So right now I get hired to speak at schools. That's how I make my primary source of income. And I'm also brainstorming other business ideas away from, in different fields around helping other people. So that's what I got. Edgar says 1 hour earlier would be nice. Bert says 6. All right. Megabyte Terabyte. What's up? Hey, good to see you. Good to see you on Megabyte Terabyte. It's been a while. Welcome back. So yeah. If you're asking me if I've ever gotten into coding, when I was younger in high school, I used to do HTML coding and build websites and stuff. I don't do that stuff anymore though. Yeah. This is like back in the day. My website would have looked pretty trashy, but yeah. All right. Hey, by the way, if you have not commented on what time you think what time is a good time to start these live streams? Because I want to make it flexible-ish. I do like our time because it works for my schedule, but I want to know for you. So let me know what time you think the live stream should start. Let's do it in comparison to it's California time, 8 p.m. California time. Should we keep it at 8 p.m.? Should we start 30 minutes earlier? Should we start an hour earlier? Should we start, 2 hours earlier? Let me know. I just want to get some, a few thoughts. So that's all I got. This is a very biased survey because I'm only asking people who are on the live stream in this second. So that doesn't serve people who don't watch the stream or can't make it to the stream because it's too late in their day or something like that. Okay. Anyway. Yep. If you got a question, just shout it out. All right, I see 8 p.m. What's up, Nick Fiacco? What's up? So I got a question for people who want to keep this live stream at this time. AKA Keanu says 8 p.m. Who else said 8 p.m.? Ba, 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 ba. Okay, I think Rainbow said 8. 7 p.m. 7 p.m. 7 because that means it's 10 for me, and I like to watch this in bed, just when I can since I'm not in America. Gotcha. Okay, so I have a feeling that doing this live stream 1 hour earlier will help people more. I think 8 p.m. is very late for many people, especially because most people here are in the United States, and if you're on the East Coast, doing 8 p.m. here is 11 p.m. there, which is way too late for young people. So that doesn't help. And if you're not super young, but you're, it's still late anyway. So I'll think about doing 7. Yeah. I think 7, I might do a 30 minutes earlier or an hour earlier. I think that might be supportive to some people. Mr. Marquez says 8 p.m. works for me. Honey said 8. Maybe 7:30 then. I might do 7:30. Green Tea says, shouldn't you at the server? And it should start at like 7-ish. Cool. I will ask at the server. Honestly, I think the Discord channel is a little bit slow, a little bit inactive. But yeah, that's a great idea. I will actually do that. Okay. Whew. With that being said, people. With that being said, our next live stream, before we hop off, of course, you'll get a notification. I'm going to not do a live stream on Friday because I am being interviewed for a podcast, which is exciting. Our next live stream will be on Monday, the 18th, February 18th at, I'm going to just see 7 or 7:30. 7 or 7:30. I'm just going to go for 7. We'll see how it works. Okay. So 10 YouTube live stream. All right. So Monday, the 18th at 7 p.m. California time, which is 1 hour earlier than usual. Okay. So that's what it's at. Ms. Marquez says maybe you can start with at 7, like fun chat, and then 7:30 go into more inspirational mode. We could try that. I think so. How I structure, I'm open, but how I structure these live streams is I do the quote unquote inspirational stuff up front, because for people who are watching this later, they're going to want to focus on the main topic, which is at the beginning. They don't want to sit through 30 minutes of conversation and then try to find where the inspirational content begins. So that's why I do what I do. How long is the stream usually about an hour. Sometimes it goes for up to like an hour and a half if we keep talking like we were doing today. So yeah. And I am a little bit more flexible with time right now, but I do expect to get more busy as the months go by. So yeah, an hour and a half. Okay. Edgar says, I still like staying up for the streams though. They're so good. Yo, Edgar, appreciate that a lot. That means a lot. Thank you. Atukin says, since you asked me why I wanted to join the military earlier, it's because I've talked to a lot of people who are veterans, including my grandpa. I've heard a lot of amazing stories from him. Awesome, man. Thank you for sharing. Alberto, thank you for the congrats and good luck. Justin says, but since I dropped out of college, I need to find a job, and a job I'm currently working at has a union issues, and another job that I worked for has scheduling issues. I don't know what job is right for me that I can really get a good salary and be happy with the job. Any advice? Hold on. Work at scheduling issues. I don't know what job it is. Okay. Justin. So my thought for you, Justin. So Justin, I'm going to approach this question from a more idealistic perspective and not so much a realistic perspective. Okay. Not saying that it's not realistic, but Justin, I want I want to challenge you again to dream big. Like to take some time to think about like what do you really want to do with your life? You know, like yeah, what do you want to do with your life? What's something that's meaningful to you that you're going to enjoy? And if you don't quite know what that is, like take time to think about that. And this journey, it's not always an easy journey, but I want to challenge you. And look, you could ask other people. Other people are going to give you different opinions, and they're not wrong. It's just a different opinion. But I want to challenge you. Do something that's like, what do you want to do? Do you actually want to have a job for a decent salary, or do you want to do something else? Like, what fires you up? And just go do that. Like, don't settle for less. Don't settle for what you think you are capable of, because you're capable of so much more than what you think you're capable of. So don't limit yourself. The sky is literally the limit. Um, we all have our mental blocks. We all have what we believe we are capable of, and that's it. You know, I feel like I'm only capable of this. Therefore, I'm not going to aim higher than this. Like, I have an idea of how successful I could be as a motivational speaker when I compare myself with all these other motivational speakers. I'm like, oh, they're so much better than me. But what I realize is this limiting belief of me putting myself down keeps me from growing and achieving my big goals. Once I start understanding I can be like them, it just takes time and practice and energy and, push. I can get there. I'll eventually get there. So don't limit yourself, dream big, and you will get there. All right. If you don't know what's going to make you happy, keep searching. Keep searching, be crazy, responsibly crazy. Yeah. Hopefully that's supportive. I know that's not the exact answer that you want, but I hope that triggers a certain thought in your head that's different. Keanu says, when you do an hour earlier, how long would you do your stream for? It's the same thing. An hour, at most an hour and a half. My goal is to do streams for an hour. If I do get busy, I'll try to shorten the stream to like 30 to 45 minutes. But for now, it's still about an hour and a half. Okay. All right. Atukin, have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. But before you do, I will read your comment that says, also, it will bring format to my life. Currently, my work ethic is terrible. It will straighten me out as a person. If I am to join the military, I think it will make me a better person in the long run. Awesome. Good stuff. Nekonero says, till then, Richard. Thank you for the helpful live stream idea. Everyone else, I wish you well. And happy Valentine's Day. Nekonero, thank you so much, and have a good night. Megabyte Terabyte says, hey, I'm terribly thinking about suicide. What should I do? Thank you for sharing that very vulnerable thought. And first things first, just for legal whatever purposes, know that I am not a therapist myself, and this is just matter of opinion. But yeah, just whatever legal stuff. Anyway, if you are having a hard time with that, first things first, like, I don't know what you're going through, but for my sake and, people in this community, people who care about you, because I do believe that people care about you. I don't know your situation, but I know that I care about you. Okay. Please continue to just keep moving forward, with living, because, sometimes we get into these thoughts and it's really hard to see anything past it. Because I've been in a very dark place myself, and I felt like there was no way out of it. I felt like, I didn't see a light at the end of the tunnel. And looking back at it now, like I'm not saying like your life is just going to be amazing rainbows, but I do have that belief that as long as you keep pushing through, even if it's really, really tough, your life will eventually be better, and it has the potential of being amazing and great. Like I said, I went for complete darkness, not seeing a light at the end of the tunnel, to in this moment feeling very happy, and I'm not saying life is perfect, but if you're struggling with those negative thoughts, do reach out to support. You can contact if you really feel like you're struggling. Reach out. There's hotlines. There's like suicide prevention hotlines. Do reach out to, consider seeking a therapist and talk to an adult. And I don't know your situation, but just reach out for support. Yeah. That's what I have to say. Green tea says surround yourself with family and friends. Seek a therapist. Yeah. Surround yourself with positive people who will lift you up, because megabyte terabyte, you're just going through a tough time. And again, I don't know what you're going through, but oftentimes we feel negative thoughts when we don't feel like we're being heard or supported. Anyway, know that we're here for you to the best of our ability, and I do care about you. I'm sure many of other people on here care about you too. So keep on going, and I do hope that we see you on the next stream. And yeah, just keep going forward. All right. Let me know how I could help you. You could feel free to DM me too if you have any questions. All right. Justin said, thanks, Richard. I think you missed the first part of the comment. That's fine, I think. So yeah, Justin, I'm pretty sure you were here. Wait, what? I'm trying to keep the live conversation style going. I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I'm trying to read live comments. New format. Okay. Keanu says, I'll go to Edgar. Edgar says life doesn't get better with suicide. It only ends the possibility of life getting better. Yeah. Keanu says, I did a riddle at the past comment, but you never read it. So riddle: a man is in his car and sees 3 doors, a bronze door, silver door, and a gold door. Which one does he have to go through first? Hold on. Which door does he need to go through first? The driver's side door. That's going to be my guess. I think that's what I'm going to say. I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah, the car door. Exactly. I got you. I see you. Mr. Marquez says, do you have any plans for Valentine's Day tomorrow? Honestly, I do not. And the reason for that is because my girl she has class all day. So I will not be able to hang out with her then. Although I did take her to a painting class. You guys want to see my artwork? Are you ready for this? I'm going to show you my artwork. Are you ready for this? So I took her to a painting class. You ready for this? And for the first time in many, 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 many years, I painted something. Yeah, we had a fun time. So she painted this and I painted this. 2 separate paintings. She did her own. I did this one. Are you ready to see my art masterpiece that I created in 2 hours? Boom. Yes, that is a Pokeball. So we were supposed to draw a sunset. And I kind of messed up. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to draw a Pokeball because life is too short. And I like Pokemon. So there you go. I like to think, it's pretty decent. I never consider myself like a strong artist, but not too bad. I use my analytical mind, and I brainstorm. I thought ahead. I'm like, how do I need to draw to make this look good? And I'm like, well, I don't know what we're doing, but what if I did this? So yeah, art is interesting. That was a very good experience. So that's kind of what we did a few days ago, because I knew that we wouldn't be hanging out on Valentine's Day itself. Alrighty. Atukin says, sometimes I have a very scary thoughts. I was exposed to a lot of violence and it kind of ruined me. It's these really weird things and I keep thinking about it. Really weird. I love doing art. So yeah, Atukin. So what I'm hearing is traumatic thoughts that we have that get stuck in our heads. And there is a way, if you have negative thoughts, there is a way to improve them. In a way, I think we all have trauma of some sort, some of us bigger trauma than others. Know that trauma can be improved. Our relationship with the trauma can be improved. So if you have this thought that keeps dwelling in your mind over and over again, if, for example, if you do the work on it, if you start reflecting on it, for example, this is why therapy helps. I myself never got super into therapy, but I did a lot of self-work. I did a lot of coaching. I did a lot of transformational training programs where I got to reflect on the traumatic moments in my life, reflect on them, and accept and embrace them and move on from them. So there is a way to make things better. It just takes reflection and thinking about it, processing and understanding certain concepts like, oh, I realize that, yes, that is my past. It's not who I am today anymore. And I forgive and I can move on from that situation because that's not me anymore. So, anyway, yeah. Uh, thank you for the comments on the artwork. I'm decently proud of myself for that artwork. So yeah, but yeah, the painting class is very, very simple. Like everyone who did the painting class, here I'll show you real quick. It's not hard. It's not super hard to do something like this. So in the painting class, they give you instructions. It's very basic. Like I'm not saying I'm not Picasso, but it's very simple. So what they do is like they're like, okay, take yellow paint and just paint the whole thing all the way up to here. Okay. Now take blue paint, you mix it with this color, and then mix it and fill this in. Now you take red paint and then you paint all the way across, you blend it in, and then draw a line here, and then you draw a circle like out of white paint, and then you fill this in and you fill this in. So it's just like it's very step by step. So yeah, I think quote unquote real art, the ones that you got very detailed and stuff like that, will take longer than 2 hours or is more challenging than this. So anyway, I do like it, and it makes me happy to stare at it. All right. Whew. It looks great, but what's Pokemon? Joke? Pokemon is a cartoon. It's a cartoon from my childhood. Don't know if you're being serious or not. I see your comments. I'm not going to read them all out loud, just for following up with it's following up with trying to keep up with comments right now. Atukin says nothing violent ever happened to me. I just watch very disturbing videos sometimes. I really don't know why. Yeah. So my thought. Look, here's my personal thought. I used to watch whatever videos. I'm very mindful of what the content I consume right now. I stay away from watching news like on a regular basis, not because I don't want to be educated, but rather because I don't want my mind to be surrounded by negativity. I'm not trying to be oblivious to what's going on in the world. I do want to know, but I want to stay focused on, how can I make an impact in the world? How do I stay positive? These cringy, kind of like negative, scary, traumatizing videos, I stay away from because I don't want to fill my mind with negativity. Like, again, I'm not trying to be oblivious to what's going on. It's just I would rather focus on positive and focus on that because that's more useful to me than yeah. Keanu says broken pencils are pointless. Gotcha. Love it. Heard that one, but I like it. I know exactly how you feel. Is talk with people, talk to psychologists about it. The more you keep. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Justin Incredible says, think about it. And one thing you can do that works for me is write thought on a piece of paper. I agree with that one. Read it over a couple times and throw it in the trash. Nice one. Yeah, just find what works for you to get rid of those negative thoughts. Journaling helps a lot. Writing, whatever. If you want to do poetry, music, there's so many different ways to express and let go of negative emotions. Alrighty. This stream is going to end pretty soon. All right. Just letting you know. Once I catch up with comments, if you have any last questions or comments, write them down below because I'm going to sign off pretty soon. I'm losing my voice a little bit. All right. I've been trying that and my thoughts have improved a ton. Nice. I love it. Mr. Marquez says, you don't have to answer this, but are you religious? I do not consider myself religious. I do consider myself spiritual, but yeah, not religious. I would like to believe in this concept that there is a higher power, aka the universe. That's what I call it. Yeah, but I don't consider myself religious. I listen to my gut and kind of what I feel, as opposed to, what the world tells me to believe and religion and stuff like that. I grew up being surrounded by Christianity, but it didn't fit my own beliefs. Yeah, so that's me, and I'm happy with that. I'm happy with uh, kind of the path that I've gone down, and I'm always open to considering possibilities of what is truth or whatever it is. What is Are religions real? Are they true? Is God real? Whatever. I'm always open because we never know. But in this moment, I don't consider myself religious. Danica, good to see you on. I remember hearing from you before. Yes, let's see here. Keanu says, good night and happy early Valentine's. You too. You too, you too. Alrighty. So at this point, it's been like an hour and 35 minutes, 36 minutes in. I get to go to sleep, and you probably get to go to sleep too. Thank you for being here. Again, we will be live on Monday, 7 p.m. That's Monday, February 18th, 7 p.m. California time. I will set a reminder right now after this live stream. All right. Everyone, thank you so much for being on here, and have a wonderful evening. I will read the last comments. I will hit end stream, and I will say good night. Okay. So good night.